How's it going, everybody? Welcome to the Top Earner MLSP Hangout. I'm really excited about tonight. I have actually a special surprise. So if you haven't yet, just give a quick shout into the Facebook group if you would, and just tell people to get their butts over here. I got a secret surprise, and I can't wait to share it with you guys. And it's a giveaway. So make sure that you get the people that you know on this webinar and this hangout with us tonight, because we're going to go over some really, really awesome tips to help you make more money with blogging. So if you've ever been like confused about blogging, or maybe you are kind of in a state of overwhelm right now, and you're not sure where to start with a blog, or maybe you're just kind of there, but you just kind of want to spruce up your blog and be a better blogger and develop a better presence for your brand, this is the webinar to be on. Okay, this is definitely the webinar to be on. I've actually been blogging since pretty much my inception online back in, I think my blog started in October of 2010, so I've been blogging for some time. My blog is ranked in the top 50 blogs in the MLM industry, and the first time I actually competed in the top 50 MLM blogs contest, I placed number 6. So I don't know how many of you guys are in the top 50 MLM blogs contest. Just go ahead and put a little smiley face in the box there. I would love to see how many people are actually participating in this contest. It's really a great contest, especially for the exposure and the learning experience. I think it was that contest that actually just kind of broke me free, got me noticed, got my brand out there. People started noticing me, and my business really started to take off after I participated in that contest. So that's one of my accomplishments with my blog, and obviously I'm a top recruiter online, top earner, MMT leader within My Lead System Pro, and one of my main strategies is blogging. Yes, I do video as well, but I incorporate the video with my blogging, and I've been very, very successful with blogging in general. So definitely in the right place tonight, guys. Make sure you just give a shout out to the Facebook group, or MLSP Facebook group, or invite your friends, tell them to get their butts over here so we can have some fun tonight. Woo! All right, awesome. So I have a couple of special guests with me tonight. Elliot Kosmicki. He says it so much better, Kosmicki. He says it better than
you say it just fine. It sounds nice when you say it.
Okay, because I'm Midwest too, so it can't sound that bad. He's over there in Wisconsin, a little bit north of, actually, I used to live in Illinois, northwest suburb of Chicago, so he wasn't too far away. Welcome, Elliot.
Thank you for having me.
I'm really excited to have you on tonight. Elliot's actually a marketer. That's what he does profession. So he's an online marketer that's what he does for his job. So it's, him and I have really connected on another level, and it's very unusual. We work together. It's very unusual that happens, that somebody can understand some of the language that I speak. And actually, he says it a lot better than I do, so I'll be referencing to him a lot, because he's he's an expert in his field. So really glad you came on with us tonight, Elliot.
Thank you.
Then we've got Malia Halloran over in San Diego.
Hi.
Hey, Malia.
How are you? Thank you for having me tonight.
Oh, I'm excited to have you on. Now, Malia is, when I met her, and we're also partners too, when I met her, she was already helping business owners establish their presence on the internet. And it's a very interesting story. So she's got quite the background, with blogging and all that stuff. And she's been a rising star in MLSP for, I think, a few months now. And it's really exciting to watch her grow and come into this. She just picks up things really quick, fast learner. So I'm really excited you're on with me tonight, Malia. Glad to have you on. And she's gunning it to L1. Very close. Very close. We're getting very close. So I'm just excited to have you on. All right, so how many of you guys, because I want to be very interactive with you guys tonight, how many of you guys have a blog already set up? Just say yes, or, rock on, or whatever you want to say. I just want to know about how many. Let's see. I know there's a little bit of a lag here. Just put something in the chat box there. I think there's like a 5-second lag or something.
I think it's longer than 5 seconds.
Okay, well, I'm going to raise my hand. I do. They're probably wondering what's going on. So this can kind of give me an idea of what, who all I'm speaking with. And I kind of want to know, too, who does not have a blog. So if you do not have a blog already set up, and you're not a blogger, and maybe you're new, you can just put no, I'm new, whatever. Just let me know. Okay, yes, no, no.
Lots of yeses.
Yep, lots of yeses. Okay, so if you're no, how many of you are moving in that direction? Who really wants to establish themselves, establish a presence on the internet through blogging? Okay. So if you could just tell me who wants to establish, just say yes, I want to establish a presence. That's the direction I'm going in. Or if that's your main strategy. I mean, I just kind of want to get a feel for where everybody's at here before we really get going. It will really help me to know who I'm speaking to, because it looks like there's a lot of people that says yes. But if I am speaking to you and you're kind of, you've been around a little bit and I'm speaking to you like you are new, please don't be offended, I promise you. But by the end of this presentation, we're only going to go for an hour, you will have some bonuses that I have here, and also my exact plugins. A whole list of my exact plugins. Plus, I also have a bonus. I have a secret bonus. Nobody even knows about it but me. It's a present. It's a present for Christmas. So you guys gotta stay tuned until the end though, because I'm not going to give you that link until we get all the way to the end. So, all right, so I do, but I'm trying to focus on Facebook and YouTube first. Need more time in the day. All right, so let me just give you a couple of really good reasons for you. First of all, everybody get a notepad, get a pen, get your journals out, take notes. You guys are going to want to take notes tonight, okay? So let me just give you a couple of reasons. Now, even though you may be focusing on Facebook or you may be focusing on video, okay? So just let me give you a couple of good reasons why you should have your presence on, on a blog. Well, first of all, a blog, consider it this. It's like your own little piece of real estate on the web, all right? Nobody can take it from you. It's yours. It's a place that you can speak your voice, a place where people can come and learn about you. So I don't care what industry you're in. You could be a dentist, you could be a veterinarian, you could be a real estate agent. I don't care what industry you are in. If you are a professional in any type of business, I believe, and I truly believe this, that everybody should have a blog. They should have a presence on the internet. So their own little piece of real estate, okay? So if you do not have that, okay, I would definitely dive into your back office at MLSP. I'm not going to give you guys setup information today. It's already back there in MLSP. You have from A to Z how to set up your own self-hosted blog, okay? So reason number one why you want to set up your own self-hosted blog is because you want to brand you, okay? You don't want to brand your company. You don't want to brand your, your business opportunity or whatever. You want to brand you, okay? It's very, very important. There's a lot of authority blogs and things out there. I see a lot of people, they heavily focus on maybe their authority blog instead of really getting out of their comfort zone and hosting their own blog and really developing their own authority. It's good to have an authority blog. There's reasons for that. I'm not going to go over it today, but you definitely want your own self-hosted blog. So dive into your back office at MLSP. If you're not in MLSP, hook up with the person that invited you here. You definitely need it. You need those skill sets, and you need to learn how to do this. So if you haven't done that, make sure you do that. And then another reason why you want to have your own blog is because, like I said, you want to establish your presence on the web. You want somewhere where your prospects, where your customers, where your clients can come and learn about you, where they can come and find out what you do, who you are. They can hear your voice. They can see your About Me page. Consider it like your central hub for your business. So whether or not you're doing the Facebook, you're doing the video, or you're doing, who knows, okay, you're doing solo ads or anything like that, consider that the place that you're going to use to, to put your voice on, okay, that you're going to actually establish yourself and be able to put content on so that way you're able to monetize everything that you're building with your Facebook, your video. I mean, I always put my videos on my blog. So, if you're ranking on the search engines, it's very beneficial for you to embed your videos onto your blog. So if you're doing the Tube Traffic Mojo course, that's an extra benefit. Doesn't mean you have to rank that blog post, but it's just an extra benefit. It actually shows Google that you have it's like another vote for Google to basically rank you. So it's definitely another helpful way for you to be able to rank your posts. I can think of so many reasons why you should have a blog. Lead generation. You can use your blog for social media. Like I was saying, you can share your content on Facebook, groups, LinkedIn, all kinds of places. So you can use it for lead generation, and that's one of the ways that I use my blog. A lot of my newsletter, I have a capture page on my header in my blog. Those, and I also have offers. So those are things that go straight to my Aweber, and they're my own, personal stuff and not necessarily all about MLSP. It's my own personal stuff, and when they opt into that, I'm building my list. So it's another way that I use my blog is to build my email list. It's a really, really great way for you to market your business, expose your brand, get traffic. I mean, I can think of so many things. I don't know about you, Malia, but...
Yeah, I think for me personally, I'm reading a lot about leadership right now, and I'm doing a lot of work to step into my role as a leader and become the leader that I know that I can be. And one of the things that Brian always says, or a lot of people in MLSP, is that success leaves clues. And when you look, when I was at Live the Dream, amazing experience, every single person on stage has a personal self-hosted blog. So that tells me that if I want to become a leader, if I see myself on stage at Live the Dream, I need to do what they're doing. And one of those things is that every single leader is hosting their own blog and posting on a consistent basis. So for me, that is a huge reason why I have my own blog and I continue to post on it, because I know that as I step into my role as a leader, it becomes more and more important for me, because I'm really trying to attract people to me, and people can really see who I am through my self-hosted blog.
That's exactly correct. And your blog posts are phenomenal. I love your blog. I really do. You just speak so clear. I mean, it's just as, and Malia is also like myself, like we both do video, so it's not just about, writing articles or anything like that. Some people have this misperception. There is a difference between blogging and writing and, article marketing. Blogging is more, in my opinion, more geared towards social media. You can add, the video and things like that, whereas article marketing is more strictly just SEO, stuff like that, and it's not really, it's basically just to rank on the search engines. It's not so much as social and modern as, where we're at today. I mean, it's more modernized. It's more social media. It's more, communicating with your audience and engaging with your audience and things like that. So blogging is what I like to call it, most definitely. And I think that's, you can rank blog posts too. Don't get me wrong, you can. And you want to. You definitely want to. And if you haven't gotten Posting on Purpose for Profits, that's a really good starting point for you to be able to know, what your target audience is, how to speak to your target audience, what type of content to deliver, things like that. That's a really good course for you to get, and that's in your back office at MLSP. Let me ask you really quick, Elliot, how do you feel about that?
Which part? All of it?
Yeah, I mean, like, how do you feel about it? I should say, can you name a few reasons or more reasons that maybe I didn't talk about that, why people should be blogging and getting their presence out, through blogging?
I think Malia probably echoed most of my sentiment. I mean, to me, it's even if you're not going to blog every day or a few times a week, having a yourname.com presence to have people learn about you is, whether you are in an online business or not, in 2014, that's almost a mandatory thing. If you want to go back to the workforce and, be a success in the workforce, that's fine. You should still have, your .com that tells about you and people can go get to know you. So, to me, it's not even a, why should I do this? There's really no reason not to anymore.
Yeah, it's keeping up with the times. Like I said, it's very modern now. So I saw a lot of the comments say, I'm more focusing on Facebook and stuff like that. I don't want you guys to say, oh, now I'm going to go focus on blogging. Please don't do that. You will find a way to use your blog. Just establish your presence there. Make it a point to maybe add a couple pieces of content. You should be, honestly, engaging with the list that you're building through Facebook and stuff like that in some way, shape, or form by delivering content. So that's monetizing. So if you have, I've done lots of trainings on that. If you have annual mastery, you'll be able to see some stuff on that. You can go look back on how to monetize your list, calls that I've done and stuff like that. So just a hot tip for you there. You should be, delivering some type of content and monetizing your list, and a blog's a really good way to do that, because you could literally write kind of like your email on your blog and then just send a quick email to your blog with a link to your blog post. I mean, that's just another tip for you. And if you're kind of confused too, you want to see what other marketers are doing. That was one thing for me when I first got started, and I was like, I'm new to this, I don't know what I'm doing, all that stuff. I got on people's lists. Like, I went and I looked at leaders boards and MLSP. I went and looked at the leadership pages, and I said, okay, who's a leader here? I would go check out their blogs. I would analyze everything. I would get on their list. I would learn from them by opening up every last email that they sent. I would look at every piece of content they sent so I could know and get ideas. So those are things that you should be investing some time into. I'm not going to say, buy everything that these guys want to sell you or anything like that. Just get on there and pay attention, okay? Keep your eyes and your ears open and absorb like a sponge what they're saying, the copywriting. Just analyze it, okay? See what they're putting in their signature, their PSs, their blog, okay? See what they're putting in their blog. What are their tabs? What does their navigation bar have on it? Those are types of things that you want to pay attention to.
One thing I noticed, April, in the chat is that a couple of people said that they were shy, or they had to get over a fear in order to start blogging. And I just want to, if no one's ever told you this, you will be bad in the beginning. Just accept it and move on. So I'm telling you, you'll probably be bad. Now you know, now get better. So with every single post, you will get better at what you do. And you can't let the fear of being bad stop you, because then you'll never accomplish what you are meant to accomplish. So be bad and get better every single day until you have a blog that you love. And I know April, Elliot, and I, we work together a lot. I think we are all in love with our own blogs and each other's, for that matter. So you will get there, but you won't get there if you don't take that first step.
Yeah, no, that's very, very true. I was just looking through I saw Mary's in here, I think. Mary's a good example. She started blogging like 2 weeks ago, and her posts are getting great. She's like writing every day. So it's, there's definitely a learning curve, but yeah, you just gotta have to do it. You just have to start writing.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's true. I mean, you just kind of got to throw yourself out there. Stop thinking too much into it. I always tell people they think too far ahead of it. You're thinking of the outcome. You're thinking of whether or not people will like you or not. So you're thinking before you're actually making up the mind for people. Like, you're making up their mind. You're already saying that these guys aren't going to like me. So you're being you're not really giving yourself enough fairness, really.
And especially, I just gotta say it, and especially Madison Pope. Madison Pope. If I had a name like Madison Pope, that is like the coolest name ever. If MadisonPope.com's taken, if you don't have it yet, you better go get it, because I might change my name real quick.
I know, right? And that was another thing I was going to say. If you don't get anything out of this and you're not blogging, even if you're not blogging, head over to a domain registrar, GoDaddy.com, or whatever one you choose, and buy your name. If you don't do anything else, buyyourname.com.
Okay, so these are really, really great tips. But what I'd like to do is keep the questions till after we go over, what I promised you guys. I want to give you guys basically, the WordPress plugins, and then give you guys a vision, or answer questions, or whatever we need to do to get you guys on track with blogging. I think it's such a critical part of marketing. I really do feel that. So I'm actually over on my blog right now, and I'm actually on one of my posts. And I kind of just want to go over a few really key things as far as, plugin wise, especially like you see the social share bar right here. I see so many people, they're new and they don't know this, but let me just give you a little hint. You need people to share your content. So if you invite somebody to come and take a look at your content, of course you're always going to want to ask them to, share the love, share their content. And if you don't have these, these social media plugins, okay, right here, and this one's actually Get Social. It's a floating social bar. It's one of I think it's like my favorite one. Actually, because see how it just kind of goes along the post there, and it kind of follows along, it flows. You can see I've got a video in my post, so if they're watching the video, it's right next to the video. So they've always got a share button, so if they like it, they can say like. If they Google Plus it, they can say Google Plus. They can dig it, they can LinkedIn, they can share it on LinkedIn, and so on. So that's another really, really important point, another, I guess, hot tip is that you want to make sure that you have your social media plugins. And I'm going to tell you, like, this one's Get Social. This one is called, I think it's called Floating Social Bar is what it's called. And like I said, this is my whole list. I mean, this might seem very overwhelming for you if you're new. Don't let that be. You don't have to add all these all at once. And please don't spend the next, 2 days adding plugins, okay? Don't do that. These are just things that you might want to consider adding, as you get time, or, as you're growing as a marketer, especially if you're new. I don't want to overwhelm you with a bunch of plugins, okay? So don't think you need to go hurry up and set this all up and do all of that. But what I do want you to have is have this as a reference. Have this, this worksheet that I'm going to give you here, this sheet right here, this PDF. Just have it. Keep it handy, so you can always go back and say, oh yeah, April Marie mentioned that I need a social, plugin so that people can share my content. Okay, it's really, really important, you guys, that you guys don't, just start thinking you got to have all this all now. Okay, so please don't do that.
Do you actually have every one of those plugins activated on your site?
Yes, I do.
Yikes.
Yep, I do. I have every last one of them, and they're all different. They all do different things. Okay, and I will tell you. Don't even say yikes, okay? Because that makes me look bad. Elliot, thanks a lot.
No, I'm just saying that's a lot of plugins.
Yeah, it's a lot of plugins, but there's a reason why I have all of these things. You know what I mean? I mean, you need an author box on every one of your posts. I like having an author box there. Not only does it help with your Google rankings, but you need an author box so that people can learn about you too underneath every post. So I mean, there's different ones. I got 2 different social bars where I actually, so people can share content. Like I said, Get Social, one of them. Floating Social Bar is another one. We'll go all over all these. I like this Pinterest badge. Pinterest badge right here. Right here's my Pinterest badge, so people can connect with me on Pinterest. I'm very active on Pinterest, so I want people to follow me on Pinterest. It's a hot new social media site. If you're not on it, recommend it. And actually, this training right here is actually the one I did at Live the Dream, and I put it up on my blog post here. So that's another one that you can use right there. Pin it button, like I said, that's just another. It's another share widget here. Okay, so right here is a little pin for P, so people can pin the images. There's Brian. You see Brian Finale there, Angela Hardy, Bert Bledsoe, Dustin and Tracy Wisnowski, Dean from Dean and Mary Black. Everybody knows Dean. We love Dean Black. So there's a picture, and people can actually just go like this, and they can pin it right from my site. So it just makes it very easy for people to share. And what I like to do is I like to make things very easy for people. So I mean, I don't want them to have to look for stuff.
Right over the images that you have in there?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it is. It's really cool. Yep. So that's what I like people. I like it to be very much in front of people. So all they have to do is say, "Oh," click on it. Actually, that one I thought I took off. I don't know why it's not on. It's not off, but I got 2 of them there. You don't want 2 of them there. Just get that one right there, the floating social bar. But yeah, so you want to make it just very easy, very, very easy for people to share your content and make it very obvious that that's what you want. So every time you write a blog post or you put out any type of piece of content, you want to ask them to, share it. You want to ask them to, share the love or whatever, however it is that you say it, just say, I really appreciate you stopping by. You could do me a quick favor and share the love and leave me your comments and questions below. Would really appreciate it. I'd love to hear from you. You can say something like that, but you have to have that call to action because you want people sharing and engaging with your content through social media. That's one of the biggest things that I have actually, I've really, really done in my business is really getting involved with the social media, not just Facebook, but social media, like all of it, like just being everywhere, being in front of as many audience as I possibly can through social media. So this blogging, that's why I love blogging, because I feel like it allows me to do that. It allows me to be everywhere. It allows me to be, on LinkedIn and Google Plus and Pinterest and Twitter and all of these things, okay? Not saying you couldn't do that with video content or anything like that, because you absolutely can, and I do. But blogging is just it just makes it such an easier way. Plus, there's a whole community of bloggers, too, which is really, really fun. Let me see here. Here you go. Here's my author box. This is what I was talking about, and that's the Google authorship box. Now, Google, if you are ranking content or doing any type of stuff like that, you want to make sure that you become a Google, what do you call it, a Google author, okay? Basically, what that's going to do is it's actually going to put you basically linked to Google. So Google now, trusts you as an authority. They see you as an authority, right? So you want to make sure that you're linked to that. But it will also put a little picture. So when people are actually searching through the search engines, you'll have a little picture there. So just basically it just makes you recognized as like a Google author. Makes it easier for you to rank your content and stuff like that. Because Google Plus is actually now very heavily relied on for search results. I don't know if you guys knew that, but Google Plus is. So that's why it's important to have a presence, not just on Facebook, but also on Google Plus. Okay, so you're putting content on Google Plus, you're a Google author now, that kind of thing. Okay, so that author box that I was telling you about, and this is the one I use, and there's other ones. I will tell you that with the other ones, I had a really difficult time setting them up. This one just was the easiest one for me to use. So I just recommend this one because I've tried a couple of them and they were like, I don't know, I couldn't get them set up. So I ended up finding this one. It's author box after posts, okay?
Yeah, there's some really weird author box plugins out there.
Yeah, where you gotta it's just crazy. Like all of a sudden I had like 20 installs of different plugins when I installed one of them. I was like, whoa. So just trust me when I tell you. If anything you can ever trust that comes out of my mouth is that I like easy. So if I'm recommending something, it's probably because a blonde can do it. Okay, I'm serious. So author box after post is one that you'll want to just plug into. Make sure you guys are writing this stuff down. Let's see here. If you look at my post here, okay, I've got this print PDF button right here. Now this is, like I said, posting on purpose is a really good course within My Lead System Pro. And in this course, I didn't learn about this plugin in there, but I learned about SlideShare, which is another another site where you can upload slides and things like that that you can get ranked on on Google, and you can also, within the community there, there's an audience already there that you can actually plug into. So like I said, I like to be everywhere. I like to utilize things like that. I like to rank on the search engine. So print PDF is actually a really, really easy way for you to basically turn your content into a PDF. Now, are you seeing how fancy that is right here? Okay, so now I've got a PDF with my content. Now I could easily, I could make this, people could download your content very easily, but mostly what I use it for is putting it up on SlideShare. But it is nice that somebody can easily print your content, download it as a PDF, they can email it, and this is just a nice plugin, I think, for that type of marketing. So, it could be something down the road for you or whatever, but it's an easy install. Oops, on this page, I should just go ahead and show you that one. Something happened there. Okay, so let's see here. So that one is, let me see which one that is. I gotta get you a name here. Print friendly and PDF is what it's called. And in a second, guys, I'll show you guys how to find these plugins, because you do gotta search for them if you're unfamiliar with WordPress or anything like that. Just remind me if I forget. But I'll show you guys really quick how to search for this stuff. So let's see. I'm gonna go back to my content here. All right. So join my newsletter. Now this is something that you can actually. It's a free plugin, but you can hook it right into your Aweber if you're using Aweber. I'm not sure about GVO or GetResponse. I'm not positive on that. I just know it works with Aweber. I'm sorry. And the name of that one is, let's see, I think it's Magic Action something. Let's see. Ooh, you don't want to see my bonus. Let's see. Da, 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 da. I think it's underneath Magic Action Box is what it's called, and you'll be able to basically just do a search for that, like I said, in your plugins, and this will enable you to put a little capture form underneath each of your posts. And I was actually looking for something like this for a long time, and I like this one because it is free. It doesn't cost anything. Some of them cost money. They're like, I think like, I don't know, 47 bucks. If you want a fancy smancy one, you can pay to get a fancy one with this one too if you want.
There's nothing wrong with getting fancy plugins.
No, you can. And there's nothing wrong with it either, to me either. I pay for some of my stuff too. This one I just like. I thought it was neat just to have just down here. I've got a lot of opt-in forms, so it wasn't like something I really necessarily needed. I just wanted another option. You know, and one thing that you want to do is if you're building your list, which you should be, is just making sure that you got an opt-in form where it's very visible to people. And like I said, not only do you want to stay like in front of people with social media and all that stuff, but you want to get your opt-in forms in front of people. Make it obvious, make it so that they want to opt in. And stuff like that. But you want to make it obvious that that's what you want them to do. I mean, that's the whole purpose. That's how you get paid, okay, is by building your list. So all this content and all this stuff, if you're not building your list, you're not getting paid. So if you're not making it obvious that that's what you want them to do is opt into your list, then what's the point, right? So more ways for you to be able to make it obvious. And like I said, I promised you guys some lead generation stuff and stuff like that. And this is one of the ways that I build my list, is by making it very obvious for people to opt in. Now this one right here is a Facebook plugin, and it's a comment plugin. Let's see. I think it's called Facebook Comments, actually. Something like that. Maybe it's not. I know it's on here though. Okay, we'll go through the list anyways, and we'll figure out what's it called. But this one right here is you'll want to probably Google how to set it up. I'm not gonna lie, I had difficulty a little bit. Okay, because you got to get like a what do you call that, Elliot? An AP. You got to get some kind of code from Facebook. What's it called? That code?
API.
Yeah, API, that's what I wanted to call it, but I wasn't sure. Okay, so API, you will have to get an API code if you're not sure how to do that. Like I said, Google it. I'm pretty sure I have a training in here. Maybe I can just drop a video in our Facebook group in MLSP so you guys can find it easily. I'm pretty sure I do. I always have training on stuff like this. So that's another plugin that you definitely want to have, because that, like I said, you just want to be more social, more engaging, more ways for people, your followers, to engage with you. And are you guys starting to see the bigger picture here of why you should start blogging and how much control you have over building your list, your blogging, because you have the central hub here? I mean, you just have so much control and things that you can add and spruce up and make it so much easier for you to build your list, your blogging. It's just such a huge thing. So this will actually, right here, most people don't uncheck this box, but when they leave a comment, what will happen is they will actually post on their Facebook wall. So, basically they're leaving a comment on your stuff. Some people even turn off their comments and just leave Facebook comments.
And then that links back to that post, right, April?
Yeah, it links right back to the post, and their comment shows up on their wall. It's a really, really powerful thing. The only reason why I have this is because I'm in like some tribes and things like that, and I'm really focused on the the SEO part of it. So I need this opt-in, this box right here. But if you're just basically doing blogging and you're ranking only videos on YouTube or whatever, and you're just using the blogging as kind of, like I said, monetizing and producing content for your followers and stuff like that, turn this off. You don't need to have this on and get people commenting there. Get the conversation started right here. This is where you would want it, okay? Because that's going to get more viral activity for you, for sure. So that's another really powerful plugin right there. Another one is this Comment Love right here. If you are leaving this on, Comment Love is a very, very powerful plugin. It actually encourages people to comment on your post, because then they can get a track back to whatever post they want. So you can see right here, it actually drops down a menu of all my posts, and I can choose which one I want there. So you know, a really good thing, especially if you're new, to get started with, is just going to other people's blogs and leaving comments. A lot of them use Comment Love, and you'll be able to get a nice link back to your post, which, you know, if you're not ranking, no big deal, but it will actually, like, if you're leaving engaging comments and engaging in conversation on people's blogs, people will follow you back to your blog. So there's another really hot tip. If you're getting started, I mean, I still do this. I still comment on people's blogs because I'm a blogger and I'm part of the blogging community, right? But it also gives me traffic. So there's a huge benefit to that, okay? Which people will come and sniff you out and all that stuff, right? Another plugin is I have right here. You see this little checkbox right here is sign me up for my newsletter, right? Sign me up for the newsletter. Now, what happens is if they leave a comment, they can check this box, and when they submit the comment, they're automatically added to my newsletter, okay? Because they put their, you know, I'd have to log out, but I'm not going to do that. They'll put their email in here and all that stuff, right? And then when they do that, now they're on my newsletter. So that's another really, really powerful plugin. Actually, I am going to log out for a second here. And yes, I really want to log out. And I want to go back to where I was. Thank you. Okay, so I just want to show you another one really quick while we're here. You can see the Comment Love right here. Now you can kind of see what all this is, right? So now I've got another one that says notify me of follow-up comments via email. So they check that box. Now they're also going to be notified of anybody else that comments on this post, right? So it's a pretty cool plugin, and it does both. And that one is, I think it's newsletter something. So let's see. I've got these alphabetical.
Jetpack also has that feature too.
Who?
Jetpack, the Jetpack plugin you have also.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, they've got one of their plugins is like a notification thing.
Oh, cool! I did not know that. That's cool. Yeah, I think I just use it as like actually, I wonder if I uninstalled it. Sometimes I just go through and I uninstall plugins. Okay.
How did I know you were going to have the purple theme?
Because my blog's purple? I don't know. Okay, so this one right here is another one that I highly encourage people to have, is this checkbox. It says, check this. I actually wrote this. Check this box to prove you are human. This is going to help with your spam, okay? And this one I think is called Anti-Spam Bot or something like that. Let's see, where are we? Grow Map, I think. Yeah, Grow Map Anti-Spam Bot plugin. And like I just showed you right here, there's a little checkbox. That's all it does is it just adds a little checkbox so people have to check that they're human, right, before they can leave any comment. Because if you've been blogging for any time, you know what spam's like, okay? It's not fun. I actually have a ton of spam right now. I've got my site's being attacked right now. It's not fun. I promise you. Okay? So another really highly recommended plugin and it's usually already installed for spam is Akismet. And you'll need an API for that. You'll have to sign up for it and all that stuff. And it just protects your site. It basically will send most spam to your spam folder. And it puts a stronger filter on it is basically what it does. So that's another really powerful one. And actually, Elliot just mentioned to me, what was it, the cloud that you had me sign up for, which, by the way, helped a little, I think, maybe.
Yeah, Cloudflare. Yeah.
Cloudflare? Okay.
Yeah, that's not a plugin. I guess that might be a little bit more advanced, but.
Yeah, well, I had you walk me through it, so I was lucky. But Cloudflare, I didn't have this on this list, so I'm just actually going to go through and kind of, I'm going to go back here and go through my sidebar, because if you look at, so I'm just going to look at, now I'm going to go over, we went over a lot of stuff on the post here. Oops, I forgot to mention this, WordPress Greetbox. Now, WordPress Greetbox is, there's another one, I forget what it's called, I used to use it, but it interfered with a lot of my plugins, so you guys can play around with other plugins, okay? It doesn't mean you have to use these ones or anything like that. Some stuff might work for your blog. I just have some conflict with certain plugins, so I'm not able to use it, but this one is a really good one, and then I've never had any problems with it, and it's WordPress Greetbox. And basically what it does is it greets people, like if they're coming from Facebook, it will say, hello there, Facebook friend. You know, if you're new here, you might want to subscribe to the RSS feed. So basically just ask for people to subscribe to different things. Let's see if I come from Facebook to this post. Let's see here. I'm just going to use this as an example really quick on my Facebook. I just want to see what it says when I do that, so I can kind of give you guys an idea of what it does. I'll just post it, and we're just going to go over there. Okay, there you go. So then it says, hello there, Facebook friend. If you like this article, please help spread the word by sharing this post. So there's my call to action, guys, right? I want them to share it. I really do. I want them to share it. So, you know, that's what it's going to do. And it does that pretty much automatically. There's not much that you have to do with this plugin. But pretty much, you know, any plugin, you want to make sure that you check the settings and you kind of go through and make sure that it's set up right, okay? And if you're not sure, please, please, please get to know Google. Google is like a really, really good thing to know, seriously. Just Google stuff, guys. This doesn't have to be like, oh, I'm stuck and I can't move forward because I don't know how to just Google it. Become self-sufficient, okay? You guys, I self-taught a lot of what I've learned on the internet to myself, and I came from like not knowing anything, not having a Facebook, I didn't even know what a domain name is. I didn't know what any of this stuff is. Like, I knew how to click an upload button and click, you know, I had a computer for like 3 years before I even came online. So I just didn't know anything, and I used it for basically entertainment before. You know, I never used it as marketing. So, you know, if you're thinking that, you know, sometimes you feel like you're stuck and it's frustrating and all that stuff, just be self-sufficient and just keep moving forward. Use Google. There's so much information on Google, it's not even funny. Really, seriously. So I want to go over my sidebar here and just kind of give you some plugins over here. You can see I've got MLSP here. This is my header. Okay, so you got your header. So if you ever hear anybody talking about your header or whatever, you can see I've got an opt-in form here. But now this is really, really powerful because when somebody lands on my blog, remember what I was telling you? First thing I want them to do, I mean, the reason why I blog is to build my list because that's where the money's at, right? So I want to have my blog in front of their eyeballs as soon as they land on my site, right? So that allows me to do that. Then I've got this search bar right here, and this is really powerful too because it auto-completes. So let's say, for example, I'm looking for Facebook training. Let's see what it does. Okay, it's going to pull up Facebook tips. It's going to pull up all kinds of cool stuff, all kinds of stuff. So it's going to pull up pretty much anything that says anything about Facebook. If I do Pinterest. So it's pretty cool because it just drops down a menu. People can easily search your site, and the longer they stay on your site, the better. So it's going to take you time. You might not have a lot of content if you're first getting started, but when I started, I didn't have a lot of content either. You know what I mean? But eventually it builds up, and if you're consistent and you keep going at it, it will definitely build up. And people will come and they will look on your blog for information. I mean, my blog has become like most people know it as like how-to central. Like there's tons and tons of great content here, right? So I want them to stay on my site as long as possible because I know the longer that they stay on my site, the more apt they're probably going to buy something, join my list. It also helps my Google rankings. The longer that they stay on my site, Google sees that as a huge plus. So this is a really good, powerful plugin to have because you know you want people to be able to stay on your site as long as possible. You should also have, you know, there's banners in the back office at MLSP. You can put a banner in there. That's just a text widget. I'm not going to go over widgets. You can learn that in your MLSP back office. This Facebook Like plugin for your fan page, that is actually not a plugin. That is actually from Facebook. So you'll get that with your Facebook fan page. Google it. Okay, it's not a plugin. I can tell you that right now. It's called Facebook Social plugin, but you need to get it from Facebook, I believe, unless Elliot knows or Malia knows.
Well, you can do it either way. It looks like you're probably running it with a plugin, but you can copy and paste HTML from Facebook.
Yeah,
No,
so you would go to Google Facebook Developer.
Yeah, it's right here. It just says, "Hi, April. What do you need help with?" It's not. It's a plugin from Facebook.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, if you Google Facebook Developer, then you can create the like box.
There you go.
Through their developer tools.
Yeah, and you can Google like how to do that too. There's so many trainings, I'm sure, just on how to do that.
Yeah, it's really easy. Once you get to the page, all you do is copy and paste your Facebook link into there, and it generates the code automatically.
Yeah, it's really, really good. And then I told you about the Pinterest plugin here. People can follow me on Pinterest, so if they click on that, they can go over to my Pinterest and they can follow me there. Really powerful. Because, like I said, I mean, you want to stay in front of your audience, so you want people to stay connected with you, because they might not stay on your list, but maybe they might be connected still with you on Twitter or Facebook or Pinterest or somewhere, right? See, that's why I like to make it very, very easy for people to find me. Very, very easy. Another thing I forgot to mention, you want to have connect with me buttons. See these buttons right here? You want to have some connect with me buttons. The one that I recommend if you don't have them already embedded into your website is social media widget. Now that's another plugin that you'll want to install, and that basically, let's see, I'm going to go over to Mary. Actually, I just installed it. Her blog's kind of in progress right now, but I'm not sure if Malia has this plugin, but I just kind of want to give you an idea. But this is what this plugin is right here. So you got, follow us, Facebook, and you can add so many, there's pretty much everything. YouTube, everything is on there. I mean, things that I've never even heard of that you can plug right into there. And so that's why I recommend it, because you can do so much with it. You can change the buttons, and it's just a simple way for people that are kind of getting started to, if they don't have like a graphic designer or some, embedded on their site or whatever. It's a good way for them to get one on their site really easily. So that's something that you would have over there, and that's called social media widget. And that's going to allow people so that you can stay in front of people. Asking people to connect with you is very, very powerful. It's something that you should do every day. Connect with me. You want to stay connected with people through social media because you're going to stay in front of them that way, right? Okay, so another one that I use is YouTube. I got this YouTube plugin. Actually, I don't think it's on this list. Let me see really quick here. I can't remember what it's called, so let me check. Malia, don't you use this one? Do you remember offhand?
I don't remember, but I do use it.
Oh, subscribe. No, it's not subscribe to comments. Thank me later. Commenters, Gravatar. YouTube channel. Okay, it's called YouTube channel. I'll just add it on there really quick. Let's see. And like I said, I kept them all alphabetical. Uh-oh. I showed you the surprise. That's not good. Don't be rewinding that stuff. All right. I think it's 14. So YouTube channel, another one that you'll want to add. And that's just going to make it so that, if you're a YouTube marketer and you're doing any type of video, I don't always get around to putting my videos on my blog. So this just makes more automation and ease in my business, okay? Because sometimes I just don't get a chance to put it on my blog, and it makes it so people can find my YouTube channel very easily, and they can see what my last video was and all that stuff very easily. So that's why I really like that one. So it's up to you whether or not you want it, but it's a pretty good plugin, definitely. Definitely. I think we're done with right on this page. Now there's some that you can't see, like this one. I want to show you a trick. Okay, now this one is called Pop-Up Pinoy, or Exit Pop Pinoy, I think it's called, and I'll get the for sure name. But basically what this does is it puts an exit pop on your blog page. So it just gives them like a final chance for them to be able to claim their offer, right? So this one I actually, I put in here, free gift, Pinterest is a gold mine, learn the exact strategies I use to leverage Pinterest for sales, leads, and more in this 1 hour, 23-minute jam-packed training. Start pinning for more profits in your business today. Now that's just one of my offers, right, that I offer on my blog. And basically that will pop up at them as soon as they try to leave. Now they have an option. They can say leave this page or stay on this page. And for whatever reason it's not working, so we're not going to do that. But anyways, so that's because my site's down, just so you know. I had some kind of update that I ignored. So things got shut down, and I don't know what's going on with it. I have to go look at it. But anyways, that's why that one's not working. I can show you one that does, though, and it's for MLSP. Let's see.
And that one's called Pinoy Pop-Up on Exit.
Yeah, that one.
Mm-hmm.
That's the one it's called, for sure. Let me just... And this is really good, too, if you're, ranking for stuff. Like, here's the interview I did with Frank Marino. If anybody, probably a lot of people saw that in the back office at MLSP. And this one, I mean, like it goes to, yeah, it goes to, this one says, wait, I have free training for you. Free video exposes 3 hottest places online right now for you to generate fresh, laser-targeted leads for your biz. Proof that you can, too, get 37 plus leads per day this week. Who doesn't want that, you guys? Like, seriously, that's some good stuff. And I basically, like a lot of stuff I just copy from MLSP. Like, I don't come up with everything on my own, you know. But just I'm going to click on stay on this page because that's what your prospect would do. And then basically what I'm giving them is one of the MLSP campaigns that you can find in your back office at MLSP. So now you've got to lie your own free offers. So when you see my, you know, one of my free offers or anything like that, you don't have to have that. You have it already. You have offers to give people. You have free Facebook trainings, all kinds of stuff, Twitter, bloggers, recruiting, prospecting, all kinds of things. So you need to go in your system campaign, and you can switch it up. I mean, switch it up for your audience, especially because, you know, I'll tell you something. Free offers like this, like free trainings and stuff like that, is going to bring you in a lot more leads than you just leading with MLSP all the time. Okay? Because people want free, I mean, they just do. They're like, that's how I joined MLSP, was a free offer, a free Facebook training. And that one got me hook, line, and sinker. Like, I was like, I need this system, like my life depended on it. And that was 3.5 years ago. So imagine that. I've been paying since June of 2010. I bet my sponsor's happy. You know, that's a lot of money, right? A lot of residual money. So it's a really good idea for you to do that. Go through your system campaigns, use that exit Pinoy pop-up, and go through that way. That's another really, I mean, I love that plugin. That is one of my favorite because it brings me in a lot of leads. Like I said, you want to stay in front of people. You want to make sure that it's so obvious to them that that's what they should do is opt in. And if you give them something and they still don't take the bait, who cares? You know what I mean? You're still going to have people. But your conversion rates are going to be a lot higher if you're, you know, giving them some value, giving them, you know, value through your blog post, and then, you know, you can recommend, like I'll recommend MLSP. I recommend it right here in my PS here. Right here was for Live the Dream. When Live the Dream 5 tickets were, or 5 tickets were on sale. So, you know, you're just leading with value, making recommendations, things like that. Definitely what you want to do. So I'm really quick going to check on everybody and see how everybody's doing. Where am I? Here we are. Okay, so let's see here. How's everybody doing tonight? Pretty good? We're following along okay and everything?
Good, great stuff, April. Thank you.
Yeah, most definitely.
Do you want to open up Q&A while we kind of tail off at the end, or do you want to wait till?
Nope, I'm not done.
All right.
I'm not done. I over-deliver, you guys. If anything, everybody knows I over-deliver. Over-deliver on training. I can't help myself. It's just that it's in my nature. I like to serve you guys. I really do. It's just what I like to do. And it's Christmas, so like I said, you guys are going to have this for showing up tonight. You guys are going to have this exact list right here, plus another secret surprise, okay, which I'm going to show you at the end here. So like I said, we were talking about Agismet. We talked about AuthorBox. Backlink, it's a plugin to show the Google blog search backlinks for the current page. So it's just it's like if you're doing any type of SEO, I use this plugin, and Elliot can tell you he uses another plugin, and he can tell you about that one too towards the end here. Broken link checker. If you're, like I said, if you're ranking content on the search engines, want this plugin because anytime you have broken links, and I'll tell you, I get a lot of broken links. People fall off the grid, their sites fall off the grid, and next thing I know, I got a broken link, right? And that actually takes away from your link juice. So you want to get rid of those broken links. Make sure you install that. I do highly recommend that one. Comment Love, we talked about that. Highly recommend it. You know, you want people to want to comment on your blog. Contact Form 8. I'll show you what that is. And we're kind of running out of time, so I'm going to go really fast, so pay attention, okay? Do I still have it? Yeah, Ask April. Now, this is like my Ask April corner of my blog is what I call it. So people can pretty much, they can come, instead of like most people will put, you know, contact me or whatever, I actually used it for people to come and ask me questions, you know. So if they have a question about marketing, if they have a question about how to work with me, whatever, they can just come and they can just ask me a question free of charge, right? So I use Contact 8 form for that, and people will be able to, and it's just a plugin, and you'll have to, you know, follow the directions on how to set it up. I'm not going to teach you how to do that, but it's a really good plugin to have if you want to create like a contact form or something on your site where people can ask questions, or even a work with me if you wanted to put a work with me form so people could fill that out. So that's another way to do that. And it will just go right to your email inbox too, by the way. Okay, so when somebody fills it out, it just goes straight. You get an email, and it just basically is like an email. Facebook share statistics. Now, if you're doing any type of Facebook marketing, I would recommend this. This will allow you to keep track of, you know, basically what's being shared and all that stuff, okay, and stats and charts, and you can see, you know, how you're doing with your content on Facebook and all that stuff. So if you're into the Facebook stuff, would recommend that, especially if you're sharing content on Facebook. Floating social bar, we went over that. Get Social, you guys need these plugins, okay? You need some type of share plugin. I don't care if it's these or if you're doing something else, okay, whatever, just get something. Google XML sitemaps, optional. Like I said, Elliot's going to go over WordPress SEO, I think it is, by Yoast. That was actually a plugin that I can't use. It interferes with stuff, so I'm not using it at the moment. But I would recommend that you use something. This will actually put a sitemap on your site so that Google, the search engines, can be notified when you put new content up, and it will index your site, okay? Index your posts, your pages, and all that stuff. Another plugin that you definitely want to have, or you need to have some type of SEO all-in-one or something, okay? Jetpack is good. A lot of like GoDaddy sites and stuff like that already come with that. I don't really say I could use it, but it says it's on a cloud. I think it's pretty cool. Whatever, I have it, okay? I'm not going to go too much into that. It's up to you. You can read into it more. Link Within. Now, Link Within, did we even just talk about that? I don't think we did. Link Within. This one actually recommends more content. I'm not sure I can see that, though. I don't know why it's not showing up. Maybe because I'm logged in. But basically, let me see if I can go. Mary or Malia, do you have that on your site?
I do not.
You do not. Elliot, do you?
Which one are you talking about?
Link Within.
Where it recommends other content.
Oh, yeah, let me look to see which one I'm using.
I guess I could log out. Let me log out. Let's see if it shows up.
I do use the related.
Yeah, related posts.
There's related posts.
Yeah, I use related posts.
Okay, well that one works too, but this one actually puts like an image. Like I said, guys, you want to keep people on your site for as long as possible. And one of the ways to do that is by recommending content to them that they might be interested in. And if you're using any type of, catchy images, like here we go, here's like a little Facebook picture with some money on it, that might catch their attention. For whatever reason, mine's not showing up. I don't know why. Maybe it's broke. Which doesn't mean it wouldn't work for you. It just means something I did, probably. Let's see, Link Within. Yeah, so I mean, here it is. Wonder why it's not working. Did find it. But anyways, I'm not going to bore you guys with fixing it right now or anything like that. I'll have to go through and look at that. But you definitely want something. Recommended posts, Malia mentioned. Link Within is a good one. That's the one that I've been using. I don't know why it's not showing up right now, but it doesn't mean that it won't show up on yours. It just probably means that April did something or there's interference with something or something, because I got a lot. Like Elliot said, oh my gosh, you use a lot of plugins. Well, yeah, I do. And sometimes they interfere with each other, so you got to be careful, okay? Sometimes I've had to uninstall every last plugin and start, reinstalling every single one to try to see which one's interfering with what, So that's just the price to pay to be able to generate a lot of leads, though, right? So you got to pay some kind of price. Magic Action Box, we went over that. That's the little newsletter sign up. Here's that newsletter sign up, the one I was telling you about, the check box. When people comment, they can check a box and they can sign up to your newsletter. Pinoy pop-up on Exit, the one that I showed you, the Exit pop-up that I was showing you, that's really, really highly recommended. Pinterest badge, if you're on Pinterest, get that badge. I think it's cool to have on your site. More ways for people to connect with you. Pin it button adds. It's not the one. That's actually an extra one. This is not this one. That one adds a little, like if you scroll over it, it will add it. This one has a pin button always on it, and I'll share that one with you. That's the one actually I recommend. Let's see here. Popular post widget. Show popular posts in a widget. Basically, we'll just show what your popular posts are and things like that in a widget on the right sidebar of your blog. Like I said, keeping people on your blog as much as possible. It's a nice thing to do. Pinger pings your blog to Ping-O-Matic using your visitor's IP address. So, that's just something that you can use. Like if they're coming in, they're commenting, and they're coming on your blog, it basically will ping your blog. So it will help with indexing your site and things like that. Pretty Link Lite, I'm actually going to show you a little demo of how to use that, but I do highly encourage people to get that. Basically what that does is it forward masks any link that you want. So it makes pretty links. It really does with your blog URL. And I'm going to show you a demo of how to do that here in a second. Print Friendly PDF. Now that's the one I was showing you that you can basically just click a button and you can turn it into a PDF. You can do all kinds of cool stuff. You could put it up on SlideShare. You can email it to people. You can do all kinds of stuff. And your followers and your traffic, the people that come visit your blog, your blog visitors can do it as well. Quick meta keywords. Automatically adds a meta keywords tag between your word phrases. Now, you don't have to have this because what Elliot's going to show you is going to show you an all-in-one, and actually mine interferes with that one. But this one, if you don't use the all-in-one SEO stuff, then you would want to have this, okay? Because that's just basically going to add your keywords in your site and optimize your site, your on-page SEO. So you want that if you're doing any type of ranking. Recent comments widget with excerpts. Modifies the built-in recent comments widget to show excerpts instead of post titles. I'm not sure about that one, to be honest with you. I don't know why I have it. Maybe Elliot knows. SEO meta tags. This plugin will add post excerpt as a meta tags of each individual post. So basically what that's going to do is add meta tags within your post. So it will make it more visible to the search engines. Just put it that way. SEO Presser Unlimited. Now, I do encourage people, just Google it. Not selling anything. There's a cost for this plugin. That's why I said Elliot's going to go over a free one that you can use. It's an all-in-one type thing. I like SEO Presser. I literally, like, once I installed SEO Presser, I started ranking my content, like, pretty much immediately, whereas before I was not. So I do like that plugin a lot. SEO Search Terms Tagging. Now, let's see here. I'm going to show you what that looks like. Let's see. MLM leads. Oh, leave this page. I think that's what I call it, free MLM leads. Anyways, okay, so I'm going to show you really quick. This is something that I have ranked on the search engines. And basically what that does is it tells you how many times people have come to your site, but that's not really what it's for. It's actually for linking. It helps you with your search engine. So it helps you with your search engine optimization by leaving a link there. So that's basically what it will end up looking like once people start coming from the Google or whatever. It will start to show up right down here. So if you're doing, like I said, any type of search engine optimization or anything like that, then that's something that you'll want to do, definitely. Let's see. So it multiplies the blog traffic by strengthening on-page SEO, increasing the number of index pages, auto-convert search terms into post tags, and more. Share and follow, a simple plugin to manage sharing and following for social networking. So basically, they share and then they're asked to follow. To be honest with you, I'm not sure if I still have that plugin installed. I don't see it there, but would be something that maybe you might want to put onto your blog. Shockingly simple favicon. Now, you might be wondering what the heck that is. If your site does not automatically have a favicon, now some themes do. My theme did not. I did not have a favicon option for mine. So what I had to do is I had to add shockingly simple favicon. And that basically will put like a little favicon right here. So when people, like a little picture is what it will do. So it doesn't look like, let's see, Mary's blog right here. Because hers is being set up right now. There isn't anything there. You see what I'm saying? Simple Facebook comments for WordPress. That's what that one is, that comment plugin that I was telling you about. Simple Facebook comments for WordPress. That's the one that I was telling you about that will put the virality and also enable people to be able to leave comments through Facebook onto your site. Really powerful plugin. Highly encourage people to use it. Simple Google Sitemap XML. I might have two of these. I think I do. So either one of those are good. But that one looks pretty good, definitely. So simple Google generates a valid Google XML sitemap with a very simple admin interface. I think one of these was difficult, or I ended up installing two or something. I don't know, but you want to make sure that you are, verifying your sites with Google and stuff like that if you're ranking on the search engines. And by doing that, you will, be setting up a Google sitemap and all that stuff. And Elliot's going to go over more about that with the Yoast plugin. Simple Pi plugin for WordPress. It just basically adds an RSS and atom feed to your WordPress blog. Like I said, some themes are supporting some of these things you do not need. My theme, I ended up having to have this, okay, so you might not need that. That's just a simpler way to add an RSS feed. Social media widget, we kind of went over that, and I showed you with Mary's blog, but that's what your social media widget is. It's really easy to add. You have widgets in your back office, your back office, your WordPress back office, and you should be able to add that underneath the Appearance tab right here, and you have widgets here, and it will show up there once you install it, okay? Let's see here. Thank me. Oh, subscribe to comments. We went over that. That basically just puts a little checkbox there that you can subscribe to comments. Thank me later. I really like this plugin, I really do, because you want to keep inviting people back to your blog and your site, right? So what this does is about, you can schedule it out to go out like 7 to 10 days or whatever. After somebody leaves a comment on your site, they're going to get an email personalized from you, which you can set up, just thanking them for commenting and inviting them back to maybe check on some comments or whatever else might be going on your blog. So it's just like a follow-up system for people that come in, leave comments on your site. It's definitely a powerful plugin, and sometimes I forget about it, but it's one of the plugins that for sure brings me traffic, and repeated traffic is key, you guys. Like, seriously, you guys want repeated visitors, people that come back over and over and over again, and this keeps people coming back. So the more you can do that, more type of plugins you can use to do that and automate that process, the better. Top commenters, Gravatar, display the Gravatars of top commenters on your blog. Optional, I'm not actually using that, but basically what that would do is it would just put like a little thing on your sidebar that would say who your top commenters are. Now, back in the day, a lot of people used to use that a lot, but what that does is basically it encourages people to comment on your site because it will put their picture there, and who doesn't want that? So if you want a top commenters widget, you can absolutely have that. And then Text Studio is the Pinterest plugin that I am using. It's called Text Studio's Pinterest button for images. Now that's the one that I was showing you. Actually, it's not showing up on this post. I wonder why. It's interesting. Did I disable something? There it is. It's on that one. There it is. Okay, so that's the one right here that has the little button right on the image there. And that's the one that, it's the Text Studio is the one that I use, okay? And let's see here. Tweet old post, optional. You might get into a little bit of trouble, but if you if you got some old content that you kind of just want to go out on autopilot, what this will do is actually tweet posts that just aren't getting any traffic, and it will just automatically do it. So it's really easy to set up. You can just set it up with your Twitter account, and it will just kind of automate some stuff for you. And it's up to you if you want things to automatically go out or whatever, and just automate some of that process for you. And you can just use this plugin. It's called Tweet Old Post. Pretty cool. Let's see, WD search widget. That's that search widget that I was telling you about. The one that let me just close that out because it's annoying. This one right here, that's what it's called, WD search widget, and that will put that widget right there on your site so that you can have it. Now, a lot of themes will come with it. I just think this one looks better, honestly. So I use it, and I like that it also auto-completes. So that's why I like it. WordPress Minify. Now, if you've ever gotten any type of trouble with your hosting, like I have, one time they shut down my whole site. They said that I was basically having, I don't know, too much of something, okay, going on. There was too much stuff going on. You'll want to make sure that you have some protection there. WordPress Minify, WordPress Super Cache. It's a caching plugin. Basically, it just makes it so that you're not overloading your hosting, okay? Not going to get into all the technical garble of that because I don't even understand it really, but I know that these are two plugins that you want. WordPress Minify, WordPress Super Cache, and just keep your butt out of trouble is what it will do. So if you don't have those, make sure you get them. WordPress RSS images, Just basically added, like you can, that way you can pick certain images that you want to show up. Like for example, when somebody shares your content on Facebook, it will automatically, Facebook will automatically pick whatever image it feels like, and then people can pick which one. Well, you can actually set the one that you want to show up first, is basically what that does. So, you know, it's up to you if you want that or not. And then let's see here, very fast caching. Okay, YouTube channel is the other one. All right, and then I promised you guys a bonus. Show you guys, before I do that though, before I show you guys that, just really quick, want to make sure that everybody knows how to add plugins, because if you're new, you might not, which I know it's kind of, you know, if you're old, I'm not going to call you old, but if you've been doing this a while, no need to pay attention. But basically, what you'll want to do is go to plugins, go to add new, okay, and any of these plugins, just do a search for them. That's all you're going to do. Just do a search for a plugin that's here, and it should pull them up. And if it doesn't pull it up, do a search on Google, and then you can get the exact name if there's something, because sometimes I notice they'll install with different names sometimes, and it can be confusing. But just a FYI, heads up on that. But you can see I just pulled up WordPress Super Cache. It's already installed, but you would just want to click on, you know, install it, you know, and that will definitely be how you do that. Exactly how you do that. All right, so with the bonuses that I'm going to share with you tonight is I'm going to share you ping sites. Now, pinging is actually very, 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 it's very good if you're trying to index your content with Google. This will actually send notification to a bunch of ping sites automatically, so that way Google can know to index your stuff. Because if Google doesn't know that you posted it right away, then they're not going to index it, right? And I've got a huge list, okay? And if something goes wrong with your site, just so you know, I'm not responsible. You do this at your own risk. I'm not saying it will, but I just want to put that out there. But you can just basically copy this right in, just copy this whole thing right here, and then where you're going to want to add that, and this will automatically just ping your stuff, okay? So anytime you post anything, it's just going to ping all those sites automatically. And I'm pretty sure everybody, and Elliot can correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure everybody has this automatically into their WordPress, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I thought so. Okay, so right here, you're going to see right underneath settings, you're going to want to click on writing right here, and then you're just going to go right here to update services. And now it'll say when you publish a new post, WordPress automatically notifies the following site update services. And then it will automatically, they have their own that they already have in here. You probably might already have some back here. But you can just basically just copy the list that I just gave you, and this is my gift to you. This is stuff that I've kind of accumulated over the years, pinging sites, things like that that I use, that I just ping automatically when I put my content up. So it just automatically goes out, and all you have to do is just add this back here. We'll tell you it will do a world of difference if you're trying to rank on the search engines. Seriously, like if you're doing any type of blogging that's ranking on search engines, this will help a lot, big time. Okay, I think I'm good now. I think we're ready for questions, and if Ellie wants to share a little bit about maybe some things that maybe I missed or whatever, that's cool too.
You covered everything.
Did I?
I mean, you mentioned the WordPress SEO, the WordPress SEO plugin. I guess one thing I would kind of mention to people is there's a couple examples of this. One is WordPress SEO by Joast, Joast. But if you search for WordPress SEO, it'll be the first one that comes up. That plugin has, for instance, the sitemap generator. It's a real basic version of SEO Presser as far as figuring out if you've done the right things in a post to make it rank well. But it has a lot of options in it. But even just out of the box, plugging it in, turning it on, it's going to get your site set up pretty well to rank. So that's the first plugin I install in any blog that I do. The other one, she mentioned WP Super Cache. For a long time, I've used a plugin called Quick Cache, and Quick Cache is brain dead simple. Speeds up the entire site, caches a lot of things so you don't have to worry about it. And that they have a free version, they have a $15 version that has a few extra features, but those are actually the two plugins I install first in any install. Another thing, if you're writing a lot of posts, there's a plugin called Wordpress Editorial Calendar, and that can actually help you plan out posts if you don't want to use your Google Calendar or Excel spreadsheet or something like that. WordPress Editorial Calendar. I typically use that. It's kind of cool. So those are the few extra ones. A lot of stuff that I have on my site is built into my theme, which all my themes I buy off of themeforest.net. ThemeForest is a great site. Designers sell their themes on there. A lot of them are very, very full featured with responsive designs for mobile. A lot of plugins kind of built into it, so you don't have the possible drag of 80 plugins on your site. But so ThemeForest, great resource. WordPress SEO, Quick Cache, Editorial Calendar.
I think you just made a really good point, Elliot, with different themes, because we all use different themes, and different themes are going to have different plugins already built into them. So I would recommend, depending on what your theme is, don't just go down the list and install. Figure out what your theme has already incorporated into it, and then install accordingly.
And actually, too, that's a good point. The other thing too is that April mentioned Jetpack. Jetpack actually has a bunch of plugins inside of the Jetpack plugin, and some of those things inside of Jetpack, they have a sharing plugin, they have a contact form plugin, they have a what else was in here? Those were the main ones, I guess. Sharing, contact form, likes plugin, comments enhancement plugin. So what you can do with Jetpack is just turn these features on inside of Jetpack, and then the things April showed you would kind of be extra, kind of beyond what Jetpack would do. But for some real good basic stuff, Jetpack, and then just enable all these features, and you get a lot of good stuff right out of the box.
Yeah, and just another note, when I first started creating blogs, I was kind of scared of plugins because I didn't want it to break my site, or I didn't want something to stop working, and I didn't want to be in a position to where I couldn't fix something. And so I just want to encourage anybody, to try a plugin. You have to like the look and the feel and the functionality of it, because plugins enhance your blog. And so a theme out of the box is great, but a theme out of the box with plugins that add the functionality that you want, that's golden. And so don't be afraid to try different plugins. You can install plugins. If you don't like it, just delete the plugin and delete all the files. It's very, very easy. It can be done in a click of a button. And you're going to find some plugins that sound amazing when you read the description, but you just don't like when you get it on your blog. So don't be afraid to try on different things on your blog to make sure that you get it to where you want it to be.
Yeah, I that's what I was saying. Seriously, just play around with things. Don't sit there and say just because April, my blog is different than everybody's blog, even Malia's. My blog is custom. It's basically like a blank canvas when we started. So I have to add certain things. I don't even think I have the same theme anymore, to be honest. I did have flexibility, but I don't really know what I have at this point because I've had so much work done to my site, right? So there are certain things that I've had to add. Another really cool, I'm going to give you guys, seriously, stick around, guys. I just enabled Q&A, and put your questions there, okay? There's a little question box. Stick around. I'm not done yet with you guys, and I want to give you guys this list, all right? To me, it's really important. I've seen a couple people log off already, and I'm like, holy crap, that's not smart. So stick around, okay? We're almost done, all right? Just really quick, wanted to show you one other plugin. I'm actually going to share my screen again. and then I'm going to give you guys your gift. But I'm going to stick around for questions, and we'll go for as long as we have to. If you guys have any blogging questions, anything like that, this is a really good time to ask them. Everybody see my screen okay?
Not yet.
Yes. No, maybe so.
Not yet.
Huh. Says I'm sharing it. Now?
No.
Google don't like me. There we go. Okay, turn it off, turn it on, turn it off, turn it on. By the way, that's another hot tip for you in case something's never working. Just turn it off and turn it back on again. Usually it will work. How's that?
No. Are you on 2 monitors, April?
I do have 2 monitors.
Are you sharing the other monitor that you weren't sharing before?
Why? Are you seeing my Skype?
No, because what's happening is that's what I tried to do yesterday, and it froze up like it's freezing up for you.
I clicked on the right thing to share.
Try picking just the application to share instead of the whole screen.
How about now?
No.
Now it's black. Weird.
Hold on.
Oh, Google.
How about now?
No.
Okay. All right. Well, there's a really cool plug, and it's another interactive plugin that I did not mention, probably because I just don't really share it that often, just because I just haven't. But anyways, it's called Zopim, and what that does is it actually enables people to come to your site and start a chat. So it's kind of like a support plugin, like you ever see those live chat, we're online, you know, chat support plugins. It's kind of like that, and it's called Zopim. It is free. It's Zopim. I'll add it to this list so you guys have it before I show you how to use pretty links here. And all right, I'll just put that YouTube channel. Okay, so that's pretty much what it does, and it's a nice plugin to have because it just makes, you know, it gives people also an atmosphere like, you know, you're a professional, you're a business, and I think that's one of the really cool things about it, and it makes people feel like that, but it also and it allows, you know, people to get their questions answered and get support when needed. And a lot of times people they could be in that buyer's moment or choosing a sponsor moment or whatever, and you want to catch them at that moment. That's when the best time to communicate with somebody is kind of when they're in that, so they might be shopping for somebody to work with, right? So you being able to be very accessible to them would be very comforting to them, and actually probably you'd end up having a customer because of that. So I would encourage people to get that. That's a really good plugin to have. All right, so I'm going to show you guys really quick, like I promised, how to use pretty links. And,
can I tackle a question real quick while you're pulling that up? So there's a question about is there a WordPress site tuner to check performance with all the plugins? And there's actually a plugin to check performance with plugins. It's something that I used to use a lot on client sites. I use it on my own. I'm just pulling it up so I get the name right here. It is called, I want to say it's called P3. Yeah, P3, Plugin Performance Profiler. So you install P3 and activate it, and basically it runs test loads of your pages, and it'll actually tell you, you know, which ones are slow. And it's pretty easy to kind of figure out how to speed up the site a little bit.
Wow.
So.
Oh, that sounds awesome. I never even knew that. I'll have to install that with my other million plugins.
It's a good question, though, because a lot of people don't even think about that, or, you know.
Yeah, most definitely. So, okay, so Pretty Link, like I was sharing with you guys, if you guys have never heard of it, really recommend it. And like I said, it's just a way for you to, like if you're using affiliate links, even with MLSP, I mean, it's phenomenal. If you guys are having a hard time getting your posts from MLSP to work on Facebook. This is an alternative, and it's a phenomenal plugin. So you just want to make sure you install it. It's pretty link, and what it's going to give you is a little widget on your dashboard that says Pretty Link Quick Add. And actually, I'm going to just go ahead and try to share my screen again because I thought I was, and I forgot I wasn't. Let's see if this works. I hope it does because I want to show you how it works. Please, somebody tell me if they can see my screen.
It's a no-go. You're froze again.
Oh, yeah. I don't know what to do about that. How about now?
No.
No, you look good, though.
Oh, I do, huh? Frozen? Are you trying not to laugh too hard? Okay, so I can't show you a demo because for some reason, I don't know, they just won't let me. But anyways, it will be on your dashboard, and you'll just paste the link right in there. And I actually got to do that because I haven't done that yet with this one anyway. So I'm going to put MLSP, WP.
Did we talk about what Pretty Links is?
Yeah, I just explained what it was, and I explained what it was before. So it's basically, it will just forward mask any link that you want, and it will make it pretty. That's basically what it does, and it will create any link. And you can put the link in there, your target URL, and then just click Create, and then it will give you a custom link that will be branded to your website, so your domain name automatically, so you don't have to go back into HostGator or do anything crazy. This just enables you to make it, it just simplifies your life so much, so that's why I wanted to show you guys how easy it is to use because it's so easy.
And it allows tracking too, so it's a good alternative to Bitly. So I think it's a great alternative to a site like Bitly because it brands you, and that's what we're in the business of, branding ourselves.
Absolutely. So what you want to do is go to aprilmarietucker.com/plugins, PLUGINS. And that's where you can get that sheet that I promised you with all the awesome stuff on it and all the different plugins that you can use, basically your cheat sheet from tonight. So hopefully if anybody missed this, you know, they shame on them. They should have been here, but it's a good thing to have. I'm not going to post in the Facebook group. You guys did have to be here or watching the recording or something, okay?
Wait, so how do they get it?
aprilmarietucker.com/plugins.
Oh, you just said that.
Yeah.
I did.
Gosh, you make me feel like I'm losing my mind here. I'll put it in the chat box. I'll enable the chat box again. I was trying to get.
I think people lost their mind when you disabled chat.
Yeah.
Did they? There you go. That's where you want to go. Just go there. You'll be able to download it or keep it, save it as a file on your computer, I believe. Google Documents. I use Google Docs, so hopefully that works. I can see people coming on right now. Cool. So hopefully that works for everybody, and I'm not going to keep everybody too long, but we'll do one last round of who has a question? Who has a question? And then we'll close it out.
There's
Maggie asked, how do you decide exactly what to blog about?
That's a good one for me.
I decide.
That's a good one for me.
I'm a go with the flow type of gal, but there's lots of different things that you can blog about. I will tell you that one thing that I usually start people with if they're brand new is to, like this training tonight, you might want to just do a blog post on plugins, you know, recommended WordPress plugins, my top 5 recommended WordPress plugins, or you might want to say how to install a WordPress plugin. It's something as simple as that. So what I just showed you tonight, I mean, seriously, like with MLSP, I always relied on coming up with ideas and stuff like that for fresh content right from the back office at MLSP even. So if you're like an annual mastery, if you're somebody who actually has all the trainings that are back there, you can go through a ton of training and just pick one. And then write some content about it and put your own flair on it, put your own little spin, do a video on it, whatever. And there's your content. Plug into the wake-up calls.
Yeah, you could just from this one, you could write a blog post about almost every one of the plugins she talked about.
Yeah. There you go. Alex going to do that.
But yeah, it really is kind of. Right. I would just say, you know, attending events, reading other people's blog posts. You know, we've got a little group that, you know, posts all our blog posts in the group, and lots of people, just go off of that and say, oh, I'm gonna continue down that path. So, read other people's blogs, and just kind of go off of that.
Yeah, and what I would say is figure out what you're trying to lead in. So in becoming a leader, decide where how you want people to follow you, where you want to build yourself up as a leader. And if that's MLSP, awesome. One thing that leaders do is they provide value. So again, look at what the leaders are doing. They're providing value all the time, and anything that you can blog about that provides value to your audience is great. And someone mentioned earlier the wake-up calls. That's the easiest place to find content. Every single morning at 8 o'clock Pacific time, somebody is on the phone giving you some valuable, powerful content that you can use for that day. That is free to you. You don't even have to be a member of MLSP to get onto those wake-up calls, and that is valuable content that you can blog about that day. Calls like this, you can talk about blogging, the value of blogging, just from this webinar so much. On the Wednesday webinar, you're going to find more great content. Diane Hockman does weekly webinars as well. I mean, there's just so much available, and if you can't get on any of those, log into your back office, and once you have gotten through your getting started training and you've picked a marketing method to master, you can blog about that and become a leader, become a resource in whatever marketing method you master, and you can blog about that. If you're a person who does YouTube, there are endless YouTube topics that you can blog about every single day. Seriously, say it one way, say it another way. There's tons of stuff to blog about. So figure out who you want to be and then create the content that's going to support you and building yourself up as a leader in that category.
And take notes.
Take notes, yeah.
Everywhere you go.
Yep, most definitely.
Because otherwise you'll forget. You'll forget if you're like, oh, I remember reading about that and I wanted to blog about it. What the hell was it? So I use Evernote. I note everything.
Yeah, take notes, use your cell phone. You can even blog about your interactions with people, whether it be in person or online. People ask you questions, I find myself a lot of people asking me the same questions. Well, there's a blog post, So, someone asked about choosing your fan page name and URL. April, do you want to? I personally, mine's MaliaHolleran.com. My Facebook is Malia Holleran. I brand my name, so in everything that I do, my name is present. Anyone want to comment on that?
I just keep everything the same. I would say the more congruent you can be with everything as possible as you can. I mean, sometimes like for example, Twitter, I couldn't get April Marie Tucker, so I had to use April M. Tucker. You know what I mean? Sometimes you might come into things like that, but kind of get your secondary, stuff like that, kind of branded. If you can't come up with that one, then you might use that one as secondary. Kind of keep it as congruent as possible. That's all I mean, I didn't really start out that way, and there was things that I actually had to change. My YouTube channel is, I'm kind of embarrassed of this, but it's April Marie MLM Coach, which I don't like, but that was how I started it, you know what I mean? And I couldn't change it. YouTube won't let you do that. So get a kind of a good idea of what your brand is and your name. I usually tell people to brand their name because it is, to me, that's, you should brand you, you know what I mean? Now, if you wanted to get something, I mean, some leaders have, different names for their sites, things like that. But I really feel like it's easier for people to find you by Googling your name. Pretty easily. They can usually find you. So it would be something that definitely. If you can't get your name, do something like workwithloriowen.com, something like that, or meetchentan.com, or let's see. I don't know. You can say so many things. Let me think.
Yeah, work with and meet are pretty common.
Yeah, you'll usually find something for example. You know what I mean? Or if you can't, you know, try adding your middle name like I did. Like April Tucker's a very common name, you know, so I had to add Marie in the middle of there, and haha, I got it. You know what I mean? But I couldn't just get April Marie either. However, I do have aprilmarie.net, but I don't use it for anything. I just bought it because it's my name. But aprilmarie.com, it's like they wanted to sell it to me for $50,000, and I said, heck no. So I got aprilmarietucker.com. So just improvise, you know, find something that's going to brand you, that you can put your picture and stuff like that. And basically, you'll want to brand yourself as a leader. That's what you're doing. You're not. A lot of people make the mistake, they think they got to brand their products or their company or whatever. Your company already paid to do that. Like, they already have the branding. They don't need you for branding. What they need you for is selling and recruiting. That's basically all they need you for. So that doesn't work, and it really doesn't. I can testify to that. It does not work. So branding yourself, branding, you know, you as a leader, branding you as somebody that's a specialist that helps other people with lead generation, whatever it is, but brand you. Seriously. It's very, very critical. Got any more questions?
Latifa asked, once you are writing, do you recommend, or can you recommend where to share your blog posts to get more exposure besides the typical Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn?
Well, like I was saying, I mean, places like SlideShare, there's lots of communities and audiences, you guys. It's not just Facebook, Twitter. I mean, look around. We got Pinterest. We've got Google+. I've already mentioned those. Are you saying just common places to share? Groups. I use groups a lot. A lot of stuff that I do is free. I don't pay marketing. I don't do paid marketing. Our team does like a co-op, but that's about it. And I don't pay for pay-per-click. Everything I do is pretty much, I pay for tools and stuff like that, so I guess it's not free, because I pay for like Hootsuite, things like that that's going to syndicate my content. But a lot of the marketing that I do is, it's not like I'm paying Facebook or I'm paying Bing or Google or anything like that to rank my stuff, right, or put my stuff out there. So, you know, I use groups a lot. I'll use that even as like how I invite people to the MLSP webinars. Like tomorrow I'll use Hootsuite, which kind of I use for all my groups and things like that. So I would say engaging in groups on Facebook and LinkedIn. Google Plus has groups. Those are some other places that you can. And you know, not just the usual stuff. Like I see a lot of people, they're saying, oh, it doesn't work because they're posting the MLSP links. Well, that's not going to work. You need to get a blog, video, or something. You need to lead with value. You've got to give something to get something. So if you want their name and email and you want them to join you in your business and you want all this stuff, you need to give them something. Give them something in exchange. You can't just expect them to want to give you their name and their email and get on your list for nothing. Okay? So think of it that way. Put yourself in your prospect shoes. Put yourself in, you know, your target audience's shoes, because at one point in time you were there, right? At one point in time you were my target audience, and you were some of the leaders here in MLSP's target audience. Okay, so think of what would attract you. You know, what type of problems are you having in your business? Think about the solutions that you can provide to people. Those are like the things that really will really get you some traction if you're doing any type of Facebook, social media marketing. If you lead with those things, I promise you, you know, maybe not at first, but eventually you're going to be like, wow, people are actually coming to my site. I used to, and I still do, when I post content, I put it out through all my networks, through social media. I can get 500 plus people that day to my site just from social media. That's not including all my other stuff. So don't discount social media. You know, like I said, you just want to start somewhere, keep building on that audience, and keep building. Like every day, just think of it, okay, I got to build on my audience, and I need to increase my networks. Right?
Yeah, and I think that's the key, April. I think the question's a little bit backwards, because I think Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn are great places to share your blog. And if those are the only places that you share your blog, then that's great, because a lot of people don't share at all. But what you can do to gain exposure is to build up those networks. So don't look for other networks to join, because you're going to get overwhelmed with sharing all of this content, and the amount of time it takes you to share is going to end up being longer than the amount of time it takes you to create the actual content. So instead of focusing on on finding more networks, focus on building the networks that you already have, and that will increase your exposure. And another recommendation that the three of us have been very successful at is finding a tribe. And so there are a lot of blogging contests, like we're doing the MLM, Top 50 MLM Blogs contest. You can find on Facebook groups of bloggers and things like that. Find a tribe of bloggers to be a part of, where you go and you comment and you participate in a community of bloggers, and they will comment and share your content, and you will comment and share theirs. So in doing that, you're not increasing your network, but you are increasing the amount of people that are being exposed to your content.
Yeah,
So
that really
I
is
would
the key.
recommend.
Yep. Yeah, the other thing I would say is something April brought up earlier was commenting on other people's blogs. It's just if you visit other people's blogs and leave sincere, engaging comments, you'll be surprised at how easily you can start a relationship with that blog owner. And if someone that owns an influential blog is friends with you and you're working together, you can interview them, and then they'll share your posts. That's exposure. So I think Malia's got it right. It's definitely, you're looking for exposure from networks and from people, not from sites.
Yeah, and it is true, Sharon. If you do have too many plugins that can slow down your blog, you want to be careful. Look, I always weigh the benefits. I say, is this plugin going to help me generate leads? Is it going to fix a problem that I have? You know what I mean? That's why I have a lot of them, because a lot of them, they're like that Exit Pinoy. I couldn't live without that plugin. That generates me leads. So if it slows down my site a little bit, I don't mind, because I'm ranking on the search engines with my site, so it's okay. You know what I mean? I would worry about that and be more concerned if you're using it for SEO purposes, and then I would just be a little bit more choosy about what you use. But you got to remember, like WordPress Minify, stuff like that, you need those types of things, the cache plugin, to get your butt out of trouble. You don't want your site being shut down or something.
Yeah, I mean, Sharon's definitely right. A ton of plugins will make your site slower than no plugins. But like April said, there's, if they fulfill all the needs she has that she has on her site, April gets a lot of traffic, and her site's very usable. So all those plugins that she's using aren't killing her site. The caching plugins do help quite a bit. Getting a decent web post is going to help too. Yeah, run that. I suggest everyone run that P3.
Yeah, I'm going to do that. I did a speed test on my site recently, though. I think it was like a 3 seconds or something. I tested it another time, though, and it was 6 seconds. So I was like, okay, I don't know. So it's loading at 3 seconds. So that's not too bad for the low end. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think you're looking for it around, you want, anything below 3 is pretty good. That's where you kind of want it to be. So, just do like a speed test on your site, and if it's really bogging you down. Like I said, there's certain plugins that will interfere with other plugins. That's why Malia was saying, and so was I, and you guys got to kind of pick and choose this stuff. This doesn't mean that all these plugins are for you, but this gives you a good guideline and understanding of the type of, plugins that can help you generate leads, especially. Like, it doesn't mean every single last one of those you want, but I would really think about the ones that are going to give you the most exposure, the ones that are going to get you in front of people through social media, the ones that are going to give you the most virality, because all of those things are going to lead to more leads in your business, okay? And then also the opt-in stuff. You guys need to always keep those opt-in forms in front of people, so that way you're able to generate leads through your blog. So I hope that answers that question, and I think we're good to go. All right, so we're good to go. If anybody, I got one last call. I'll give the 5-second lag thing a chance. One last call for questions. Anybody's has any? We still have quite a few people on that were on initially, so that's pretty good. But if anybody has any more, like I said, you want to go to aprilmarietucker.com/plugins to get your gift, to get that worksheet that I put out there for you. If you have any questions, you can always hook up with me in the My Lead System Pro group. And also, I'd love to hear feedback that anybody has If you enjoyed this training, it just makes me feel good. Make me feel good tonight. It would. It would also make Malia and Elliot feel good too. If you just give us a shout in the My Lead System Pro, just tag us in the post or whatever if you have anything good to say. And hopefully we got everybody's questions and we're good to go. Thank you, Malia, and thank you, Elliot, so much for coming on. You guys shared such awesome, awesome tips tonight, and I couldn't have done this without you. I appreciate you guys. Turned out exactly how I hoped it would.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Thank you, April.
Thank
you.
Thanks,
everybody, for coming out.
Yep, that's what I was just about to say. Yep, thank you so much, you guys. You guys are all rock stars. Looking forward to seeing some great blog content from you all. Make sure that you, like I said, connect with me in the MLSP group if you have any questions, Malia or Elliot as well. And I will see you guys on, I don't know when, I think I'm taking the stage next month, actually, for another Tuesday Hangout. And obviously, once in a while, I do some wake-up calls. So you guys will see me around. See you guys. Oh, by the way, Merry Christmas for those that celebrate that, or celebrate Christmas. Merry Christmas to you guys, okay?
Happy New Year.
Yeah, and Happy New Year. Bye.
Bye for now.